What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the panel discussion time. I don't know who will be here. We'll find out. But links are out. The topic is professional muggles, and I looked through my files. It's not Muggle World 3, it's the Muggle World 5. So I'm going to have to rename the last show. But I didn't say Muggle World 3, or did I? I don't remember. That's okay. Doesn't matter. I'm going to what am I doing? I'll do that later. And I got a fellow psychonaut. What's up, Tim?
What's up?
And coming in the door as well. What's up, Lynn?
Hi, how's the sound?
You are on the wrong microphone.
So I thought. I shall return.
Okay. Alrighty then. Anyway, I got on a tangent talk about mushrooms.
Hadn't heard of that. And then of course, I put it in Copilot, and it was sharing all of that stuff about them with you. And they're fascinating.
Yeah. Not psychoactive, as anyone knows. So
Right.
I heard about it on a podcast, and
Huh.
I'm thinking, well, I think I want to get some of them. Aussie is in here saying, please like, share, and subscribe. If you hear your quantum agents, aliens, AI, Lilliputians, come on and like and subscribe.
Nice. Lilliputians. That's just fun to say.
Okay, what's up, Lynn? Give us a sound check.
Is that a little bit better?
Much better. Okay.
Awesome.
Let me just make sure your settings are still good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All settings are good. I'm gonna our sound check in the chat. Do we sound okay?
Hello. How do we sound in
Sound
chat?
check. Does everyone hear us well?
Hello.
Hello.
There's lag. Not all of us
Yes.
could be drinking mushroom coffee.
You know what?
Okay.
I tried that yesterday, and I thought I was Buzzy the hummingbird.
Wait a
No
minute.
little people though.
What exactly did you try?
Same stuff you got.
It will you have more clarity of thought. It doesn't
Yeah.
really happen at first. You have to consistently drink it,
Well, I don't know. It hit me all at once. Storm was out cold. Storm doesn't nap during the day at all. He went
Okay.
back to sleep in his chair. I think maybe him having bariatric was probably a bad idea. But,
Oh, hey, thank you, Rachel, for buying the coffee for a show. It's awesome. Thank you so much. Everything's going back into it, and this one might go towards getting some fancy mushrooms for show purposes, of course. Research. It's research.
oh, yes, must research, yeah.
We're
Got it.
going to be able to have the cool Psychonaut badges now. Oh, yeah.
How do
We
you
are
make
what?
sure they're not cooked?
Not cooked, right. Quantum
Yeah.
Psychonaut badges.
Mm. Actually, I like the mushroom coffee very much. I did it again this morning. Storm opts out and says, I'm clear enough. This stuff knocked me on my butt.
Well, that's why I use it as as an additive to my regular coffee, and not I make the regular coffee weak because it's its own thing. And
Hmm.
it's still coffee. It's still coffee. So if you drink it strong, it's gonna be strong. But yeah, it's some good stuff.
I
Tell you.
liked it. It was
I think
okay.
that
It tasted all right.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm glad you got that and not anything else because a lot of them are either prohibitively expensive or they taste like garbage.
Well, this was fine. There was
Okay.
nothing wrong with it. It had a meaty flavor and a chocolate flavor all at once.
Hmm.
And I think that was the Arabica in it.
Yeah, I
And
never noticed anything meaty about it, but okay.
uh, that's the only word I can think of that describes it. It's just very earthy.
Oh yeah, it's definitely very earthy. That would be the mushroom part.
Uh huh.
Um,
Well, I've
but yeah,
tasted raw mushrooms. I like raw mushrooms, so that's basically what it tastes like.
mm,
A really
okay.
good mushroom. I tried the whole vegan thing for a while.
Yeah,
My ex husband called me a tofu terrorist, and so no more of that for me.
right. Well, okay, started off the show talking about the professional muggles, the people who live in that world where there is no mystery, everything is measured black and white, and we're crazy or being led on a wild goose chase.
You know,
And
it's
it
okay if
is
they want to
really
think that.
do what?
It's okay if they want to think that.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
rob
it is.
themselves of a
It
terrific
totally is.
experience in
Because
life.
everyone needs NPCs. That's just, I mean, everybody needs NPCs around them to move the story forward.
I guess.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah. I mean, what are we gonna do without the shop owners and the people who to carry the the bundles of skins and things?
I
You
don't know. I never thought about it that way. I just there are people that can vibe with us, and there are people who can't.
Yeah,
And
well, I'm talking about
if we rattle their little cage, they can't handle that.
yeah,
It's like
and
tapping on an aquarium.
right. And this is their reckoning of the world when now the weird stuff is coming up. And I went over the weird stuff for 3 whole weeks, right? I don't need to bring it up specifically, but they're out there. And I am feeling much better now that I followed my own advice. I don't tell anything here that I don't do, right? The shielding, grounding, focusing, etc., right? I do all that. And I don't this is not something I read in a book. I've found them in books, but uh, never all in one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like enter mushrooms, and now it's all a part of the psychonaut training brigade. I guess I don't know.
Well,
This is new
Storm
ground.
and I have evolved our spirituality over the course of decades. And
Yeah,
I mean, truly involved it. We've investigated a lot of different things, a lot of different uh, worshiping techniques, a lot of different ideas. There are some we resonate with really well, and there are some that are like, what?
yeah,
Who?
yeah. They
When?
can't. Their head. You can watch their heads nearly want to explode, but they twitch
Yeah.
and they just immediately give you that look, just immediately give you that look. And I have been on that side of things too, but that's how I got to here by looking at them, and I would give them those looks, but my head never twitched until it came to some other stuff, and it was totally muggle related. It was actual mental illness. Um, but there was plenty of those times where I was on the outside looking in, not understanding what I was seeing, but I asked, "What is this?" I didn't just dismiss it. It doesn't fit in my worldview. It hits my filters, and I don't care.
Uh, you know,
And
it, there are things that enter our worldview every day. There's the concepts of everyday life. Some of the um, challenges and threats of daily living,
Yeah.
such as, like, well, we'll say an eviction notice. An eviction notice will rock your world, particularly if you're paid up, and
Okay, well,
things
those are
like
all
that
Muggle
will, all
things.
Muggle stuff, yeah.
Those are
But
all
then you
Muggle
hit
things
them,
affecting Muggles in their Muggle reality. I'm
yeah,
talking about things that cause people to question reality.
there you are. If you question
Okay,
reality like we do, we look at an eviction notice, think immediately, oh, I need to talk to my landlady or my landlord, whomever he may be, and see what they're tripping on. And sure enough, it's somebody else's door it belongs on. It's just a matter of keeping your head in the world, but don't
calm,
float in it. You know, keep it on the world, know what's going on around you, but don't put it
right.
in it.
Also, I'm talking about those times when you go through a warp gate or some kind of portal, or jump on interstates, or the cat is dead but alive, but then dead again, and you wonder, where am I now? All of those things have happened to us. You had the portal, I had the
Yeah.
cat and the interstate, and the people dead and not dead, right?
Oh yeah.
All of that stuff has happened. Dead, then not dead. And by the way, they're still not dead. They were never dead. And uh what's up, Kelly Lewis? I try to say hi to the chat,
Well,
but
don't forget Edgar. Hi,
I
Edgar.
said Edgar. What's up, Edgar? Don't never question the quantum. Damn right.
Oh,
We have
question all you
crystals,
like.
buddy.
Get a question. Just don't expect any answers.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm talking about when Muggles come across the world changing things and it hits their filters, but it stays there. And I was talking about everything that I was talking about the past 3 weeks, all this stuff going on, right? And I don't need to, I mean, it's still there, you know, the files, the wars, the people coming up. It's still there and it's still messing with the Muggles. And we've seen what they're doing with it. They're trying to, I can't believe they're trying to ignore it still instead of dealing with it. You know, we're,
Yeah, I do.
let us handle this. Let the quantum people handle it. We got this, right? We can, I mean, we don't want to be in charge of anything, but we're the task force. We grew up in ready for this, you know, and we know what to do with it, but we are not in any, well, we manifest. I was about to say we're not in any position to help, but we are. Oh boy, we are. We're doing it now.
Yeah.
We're creating the ideas that ripple through time and space through our quantum links. We have the advantage of the crystal network, and that's our very own network. Well, that starts there. It really does. Do you all realize this in the chat in here? Do we realize that we are literally changing reality here and protecting what we know as good and right? We
Yes,
are.
always.
And that, man, I'm sorry, this is the mushroom coffee talking, right? I mean, it's real, and I'm
Yeah, I
not
saw the
telling,
trapeze in the back.
yeah, I'm not like patting ourselves on the shoulder, but we're like, it's time to work, the warrior in the garden, time to walk in. And
That
and it's
sickle's good
working.
for more than just cutting grass, right?
Say that I didn't hear you.
That sickle's bet more is good for more than just cutting grass.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're yeah, for sure. We are I mean, breathe. Still coffee, mushrooms or not, still lots of I kind of made it strong this time. because of the topic. Muggle. This is, and let me say, this is Muggle World 5. I thought it was 3. I looked at my files. It's 5. We are.
Oh boy.
What I mean, it will be a constant topic because it's where we live.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well, I told Storm yesterday. I said I think I'm done going out in the world for a couple of weeks, and he goes, "But you get weak when you do that." I said, "Yeah, but it's crazy out there." He goes, "Well, it's not their fault you're crazy." I said, "You need to stop."
Yeah. You know what? I could say that we are the experts on judging crazy.
Yeah.
We really are. We really are. Are we not? We're more qualified than many people to judge crazy
Well,
because
there's
we
crazy and there's eccentric.
okay, and we're also very semantic in here. Oh my god. But I think we're pretty very well overqualified to say, yeah, that's some crazy shit out there, and we're changing it. We are. We're radiating it out with every thought that we put out there, and it's working because sanity, even with reality, doing this throughout everybody's head is we're fixing it. This is fixing it. This
Yeah, I
is
laughed.
helping fix it. Hmm?
I laughed at my daughter. Came through about 10 minutes ago, and she likes a bald head. That's just who she is. I leave her do her.
Okay,
And
hold on. Reality check.
I
What's your
asked. She stopped and said, "I did this on purpose. You don't need to freak."
oh
That's how I'm
got
going. I'm like, now
right.
what? You know?
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's all there was to it. She came through. Her hair was different. She stopped. She goes, "I did this on purpose. It has nothing quantum to do with it." And I'm like shaking my head, okay. And she just kept on going. I'm like, now what? You
Okay.
know?
So she's taking a hold of it
Yeah.
and owning it. All right.
Hmm.
We may have
She was concerned too because she thought she was portaling back and forth too.
well, all you gotta do is take control of it.
Hmm.
It's a very strange thing. It's part of our quantum link, right?
Yeah.
It is. We just take control and we get out of the wobble of the shuffle back and forth. We just seem to be able to focus in. And I haven't had any shifts either. I would love to see if Raven's gas cap is connected or not connected.
Oh, I'm sure she'll be around here sometime soon.
I hope
You
so. She
know,
has the
it's
link.
yeah. It's crazy. With you'll watch a Muggle get himself into a quantum situation, okay? And whether it's I know I had those keys in my pocket, I put them there. But there they are in the car seat and the car is locked. And
Yep.
I
And
said for a second, say, I don't want your car keys, sir. What do you mean? I said, check your pocket. And there they are. Because you can interfere with a portal.
yeah, that is a high level thing for the people listening, right?
Oh yeah, you're gonna be
When
at it a
you
little
are
bit.
in the situation, okay? When you're in the situation and you are aware of this stuff, you can affect reality in the moment, but it
Mhm.
takes practice. It,
Well, you
uh,
can't freak. You
no,
you just have to go with it.
right. It takes. This is stuff we've done. This is not some book we read. This is
No,
not something. No, some
I
blog we
don't think
heard.
anybody has written a book on it.
Rubber Day Heinlein.
Did
Heinlein.
he?
Yeah. J- Job, A Comedy of Justice. It's a literal play on the Book of Job, where the guy goes from reality to reality to reality with his girlfriend.
I would need to read that one.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's metaphysical reality bending. It's a good story. I liked it a lot.
Well, everybody's going to start somewhere if they're going to follow this path. And believe it or not, my path started on this, starting to pay attention as a real thing for me with the introduction of Star Wars, of all things.
Oh, nice.
Because
You
we
don't
just,
say.
yeah, well, I think a lot of people in our generation saw Star Wars and said, if he can do it, I can do it. And just make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Well,
was one of them that started the whole movement of it.
same here. Star Wars and actually Star Trek, but Star Trek was more Muggle based. Believe it or not, Star Trek is more Muggle based. Star Wars has the Force, and that's what kind of set it apart from the rest of science fiction. Um,
I feel the force. I mean, like, I think that he was describing something that we feel in reality. I think that is actually what some people refer to as uh, the force. It's a higher power. It's the light, the source, the all. You know.
Well, years and years ago, I mean, a long, long time ago, we had the opportunity to talk to a psychiatrist. Real damn thing. And it was in a casual setting, and this, come here, you're going to meet this guy. So it was a party or something. But a, there was a question about, can you hear voices? Now, everybody knows that certain schizophrenic situations hear voices. And we had both Storm and I said, yes, we hear them. And he's like, you do? I said, oh yes. I said, we're Wiccan. We're programmed to listen for it.
Mm-hmm.
Talk
yeah,
about the rug coming out from underneath a muggle.
right.
But I ended up talking to a lady who was actually investigating um, the uh, the power of belief systems to help control mental problems,
Mm-hmm.
and ended up talking with her at length. She wrote her master's thesis on this, and I told her, I said, when a person is involved in some of the esoteric religions such as Buddhism, Taoism, Wicca, some of the rest of them, there's a lot. There really is. But the voices are part of hearing how to proceed with what you're doing. So what you have to remember is you can hear some voices will not be in your best interest. It's best to just not listen to them. And can you do that? Absolutely. I can tell them to shove off and go on their way. It's easy. you know. I said, but what
That's
you're researching right now says it's not so easy for the mentally ill to do that with, because it scares them and they are not in any religious practice to learn how to control.
Right. They're not given any kind of discipline
Exactly.
on who to listen to, who not to listen to. And that's something that I was lucky enough to pick up was that discipline. Because
Yeah.
funny story, why do I know about all this stuff, right? Why do I have an experience with all of this? It's just seems like the way it is. I had a VA doctor's appointment a couple of years ago, and I had just started talking with Xena, like verbally. Okay. Well, I say verbally, but it was like words to words, not feelings and sights and, uh, like what people say, look for spirit guide influences. No, she just says, "Hey, listen." Okay. But
Yeah.
I
Hey.
had, right, I had just started talking to her, communicating back and forth openly with words.
Ah.
And I went into a VA doctor's appointment and I'm stoked. I want to tell everybody about this. Xena comes in and says, "Don't tell them about me." I was like, "Oh, I
Mm,
don't. Well, I kind of want to." Yeah,
mm.
No. No.
that
No.
that
Bad. Bad.
that's what spirit guides do. They don't make decisions for you, but they do guide you.
Yeah. Well,
And
they'll put their input in, and you can try to tell them, "Oh no, you don't know what you're talking about." But as soon as you start that, they'll let you do your own thing
oh
to
yeah,
your
and
detriment.
she says, don't tell her about me," which is my doctor's a woman, right? Don't don't tell her about me. I was like, "Oh, okay." So I didn't, and I think I avoided another set of appointments by doing that because the VA, I would have ended up in one of two places. I would have ended up in the psych ward, or at least a psych appointment,
You get evaluated. Yeah, you would.
or in some kind of uh, deep, dark, majestic project.
Duh.
The other, right?
Also, not a good choice.
So I decided to heed the advice and not tell them about it. And I don't think any of them watch the show, so they've got better things to do. They are all those black and white professional Muggle types.
I've got a good
And
story.
okay,
I've
go
got a
ahead.
good. It's not a long story, I promise.
Okay,
I listened to another channel that helps you shift some of your reality and some of your perceptions. Right. One of the ideas was to brush your teeth with the wrong hand. If you're right-handed, brush your teeth with the left. And that I tried to do that with my makeup one day. This was not a good idea. This was a very
I froze. I'm frozen. Hello.
No, I'm here. We lost
Oh,
Lynn.
Lynn is frozen. Okay, hold on. Uh,
I'm here to back
yep,
you
you're
up.
here. I'm
Yep,
here.
yep, yep.
Lynn is frozen. Hopefully, Frank is in the other room.
She'll be back.
Yeah, she's frozen. She's still on the screen. Okay, yeah, Samo is back in, uh, well, using that wrench. I'm not frozen. Lynn is.
I can move.
There we go. Screenshot.
Uh,
Oh, there she goes. Okay, let me see here, and let's do this.
there we go.
She saw it.
Ah.
Okay, she'll be back. So she was putting her makeup on with the other hand, and hold on a second. Hold on. Hello, you're on speaker. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, apparently my excitement just took the internet and drug it down.
Oh no.
It's still down. And
Mhm.
Stormlaw saw his stuff too. So
Uh-oh.
if I can get back on here in a minute, I will. As soon as it comes back up, I'll toggle
Okay.
back in.
Can everybody hear?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Not you, but I've got you on the microphone for the show.
Oh, all right.
I can
So
hear you in studio. I don't know how that.
It's too much, but I'll try it here again in just a minute or so.
okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Lynn. See you in a minute, I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Okay. Bye-bye. Okay.
Thanks,
Did
Rachel.
everybody hear the conversation? Yes. Okay. All right. Cool. That is a neat something we could do. So I'm going to fill in the gaps. And now we're going to make it funny, right? So she decided, Lynn decided, I hope Lynn's able to watch this. She's going to see this later. Lynn was trying to put on her makeup with her other hand. And I believe she ended up looking like, let me see here. We need a picture for this. Let me see. That there is a game. Um, there it's a PS1 game, and it's a purple dragon. And we need there we are. Yeah, I got it. She decided to put her makeup on in, on the with her other hand. Oh no, not yet, not yet, not yet. Ah, that's not gonna work. Never mind. Okay, I think Lynn is back. Yes, it's Lynn. Okay, Lynn,
Sorry about that.
you didn't get a chance to what?
I said I'm sorry.
Okay, you didn't have a chance. I didn't have the chance to say your makeup looked like Spyro the Dragon.
It was worse than that. I looked like I was a crazy person. And Storm came in for a second, looked at my makeup. He said, "Are you okay?" I said, "I'm fine." He went back out. He went and got all his EMT equipment. He checked all my vitals, gave me a psych eval, and I said, "Honey, this is what I'm doing." You know, some days you can't get out of the bathroom and not have a psych eval. I swear. That's how quick I can get in trouble around here.
I'm still doing your custom makeup job over here.
Spyro the Dragon.
Yep.
It's
Uh-oh.
a fact.
How did you know we like dragons around here? Did we
Oh,
tell
I
you?
did know. I
I
did
know
know.
you did. I was pretty sure you knew.
Oh yeah. Let me see here. But go ahead. You put your makeup on, and then that
I
happened.
put it
And you
on,
got
and Storm said, "If you scare me like that again, I'm gonna brain you." I'm like, "It wasn't on purpose, you know." He goes, "What in the hell else, you?" You know, he's having a fit off his own. And he's like, he goes, "You better tell me it's straight of it, or I'm taking you to the hospital right now. Did you cut your hair?" I'm like, "No, why would I do a dumb thing like that? That's crazy." He goes, "That's my point."
there was Frank walked in on Lynn that day, and it was, what is this?
Yeah, well, that's kind of what happens when you do your makeup with the wrong hand. You know, everything kind of does not work at all. So I'm like, I'm trying to explain. He's trying to get me in the car, and I won't go. It's like, I'm not going to a hospital looking like this. Are you out of your mind? He goes, "Well, I'm trying to prove a point here." I said, "I'm trying to prove one too. I'm not going." You know, and it was that kind of thing because he didn't believe that I hadn't cracked up and
Mhm.
cut my hair, and it's one of the big things with women when they absolutely have a serious meltdown. They will try to put their makeup on, and their hands are shaking, and they're crying or some other thing, and it looks like a 3-year-old had a field day on their face.
Uh,
No, I don't scare him like that anymore.
we need pictures. Lynn,
No,
there has to be
Yeah.
pictures. We need
there
pictures.
are no pictures. I promise there aren't. I think that's why he asked me about my hair, if I had cut my hair, because that's a big sign too that somebody's having a real tough time with the reality. They start chopping.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If you ever see me cut my hair,
I'll know you
oh
did
gosh.
it.
It's a traumatic event for
I
I
will
think
come to
any of us.
Tennessee and help you.
Yeah,
Okay.
if I ever cut my hair, oh man, the world is broken. And okay, just it is, and I guess I would be adjusting because there ain't no way right now in this reality right now there is nothing anything could happen to make me cut my hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I will have been replaced with a clone.
Well,
If you see that,
I had my hair down to my waist, but it was so heavy I was starting to get headaches, and that's no good either.
right? Well, that's something. This is not. This is a headache for other people, not me.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, my hair weighed about a pound and a half before I cut it,
Mm,
and that's a lot of weight to have on your neck and your spine.
yeah, right. But if I ever do, if you ever see this, you'll know it's a clone. Unsubscribe. Just unsubscribe because it ain't the Quantum Show anymore. If you ever see me cut my hair, it's a pod person. Okay, unsubscribe.
I know that there's a lot of muggles out there that say it's baloney, but I try not to cut my hair because my hair is a good bit of how I perceive things around me, how I feel people come in, go
Yes.
out. Um, in martial arts, you have a test for a third or fourth degree black belt. That is, you're blindfolded, you're sitting on the floor, and you're waiting for them to attack you with a bow staff, which weighs about a pound. But when
Hmm.
it's being swung, it could take your head off your shoulders.
Right.
And
It's mass in motion.
it's a bow staff. It's a weapon, and you are supposed to perceive that thing before it ever comes into your before it comes into your space. They make sure of it. They'll turn the lights off. And I had that, and my hair was so long that it touched the floor. I could
Mm.
feel him through the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is
I'm.
something going on with it. Sorry, go ahead, Tim.
I was going to say, yeah, the length of your hair changes perceptions. Uh,
hmm
we all have we all have a distance between the end of our heads. Uh,
Yeah, and the weird. I mean, it could be something as small as a air conditioner turn on. You know,
yeah, yeah,
but somebody
yeah.
walking, if you're tuned to it, really tuned in, you can feel somebody walking towards you, even if they are Grandmaster.
Yeah, and there is a movie out there that illustrated this. The Men Who Stare at Goats. They address this.
hmm
Has we've seen this, right? We both seen this movie.
It's a good movie.
I haven't seen the movie. I've just lived the experience.
Well, you this is one to watch. Okay, this is up there with all the classic things that show reality in a sci-fi light. This is up there, I dare say, with Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Okay, I really do. I would put it up there with Close Encounters of the Third Kind, where he was explaining a reality that people aren't ready for in movie form, right?
Mm.
hmm
And Men Who Stare at Goats documents what the military did with Native Americans during Vietnam, the trackers, and the sons and the trained trackers. I
hmm
forget what they called them. Okay, um, but and not just not the people in World War II. Those were the codes, the code
Code
people,
talkers. The
code
last one of
speakers.
them passed away recently. God
Right.
bless their souls.
Yes. I'm
Thank you
talking
for your
about
service.
Vietnam.
Yeah, they
They
used to know.
Yeah, this is where Project Stargate and Majestic came to bear. Majestic had been around before that, but they started applying these things ever since the Vietnam War. They were discovered during World War II. they were known about up to World War II, but it was all hokey stuff, and it was being discovered in World War II. Thank you, Germany, because they brought it to light and that world of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they started applying it after World War II. And yes, to include the space program, to include um, the now officially defunct Stargate program, which is still going on, by the way, Majestic, which, well, we all know some people who have been involved in that in some way, either active participants, leaders, or the mind controlled ones, the warriors, right? The people who uh, were the people who the subjects, right? And I believe shortly after that is when Montauk, all that stuff happened. Again, not my area. I don't have much experience with any of it, but this is related. It's related. See how we got here? It's related. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can do those quantum leaps here.
the lo-
Uh,
the long hair universally represents the passage of time between haircuts. It's gone a long time. It's gone a long time. My last haircut was 2008 or 9.
I think mine was around the same time. And it did nothing for me, right?
Yeah.
After I grew my hair long, things got better.
yeah, I had a haircut in June of last year, July of last year. Okay, because my father-in-law passed, so I needed to get my hair done, and I was having the headaches and all of that. Needed to get some of the weight off. But until then, I really hadn't had anything more than a trim.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe since shucks before COVID. But my hair grows wide and then it goes long. And it's really it's more like a curtain than hair. you know. But it's hilarious, you get into conversations different. My son keeps his hair long because, well, he says, "Look, Ma, I'm Native American." I said, "You're half, yes." And his father is a Cherokee, and his daddy was a shaman. His father never cut his hair, and it was good enough for my grandpa. It's good enough for me. And I'm like, I said, I think that's the wrong reason. We need to reevaluate this, you know. But I made him get it cleaned up, not cut off, cleaned up. So, but I'll tell you what, he'll come in and he'll look at me. He goes, "Ma, something bad's about to happen." I said, "Pray tell me." He goes, "Earthquake. I can feel it." Sure enough, next day, El Paso had an earthquake. He feels it better than I do. There for a while after I cut it, I felt head blind. Like I couldn't make my gifts work, you know?
Right. That's what they found in those studies during Vietnam. That the code speakers, the trackers couldn't do their thing because they made them cut their hair. And they grew their hair back out. It took them a while, but they grew their hair back out and those things started to come back.
And some
Well,
of those
they're religiously tied.
Some of those things were metaphysical too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, for sure.
Religion and metaphysics go hand in hand.
Right, Samo. I'm not the record keeper.
I don't know that reference.
They're talking about what my hair represents in chat, and this one is the length of time that I've been married. This up here is from 2008. Previously, the haircut was donated to Locks of Love, and I haven't. Previous to that, I hadn't got a haircut from the day I left the army, and you know,
Okay,
I can track my haircuts. They're talking about them.
I'm tracking. Now I know.
The gal I go to saves them as well, and asked me if she could have my hair because it was a really good shape, you know.
Yeah,
And I'm like, as long as I don't have to pay for it, you just go right ahead.
Mom kept a few of the locks from that batch of hair, and it was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful hair. It was in my 20s, so it was rich and luxurious, and some child will love it.
Well, and there you go. You know, as we age, our hair becomes damaged in places, sunburned, and
Yeah,
that. You know, and if you want to keep it up, you keep it oiled and keep
Yeah,
it keep it in good shape.
yeah. I was
Not
telling
necessarily
somebody
washed
about
a lot.
right. I was telling somebody about. I was reviewing my own solo videos, and I called them my Magneto stripes.
nice.
Yeah, got
Little
the
thing.
Reed
Magneto stripes going
Reed
on.
Richards.
That's quite real.
Yeah.
Oh
Reed
yeah.
Richards got them too, but it's more. I mean, it's the Fantastic Four. They were never as big as the X Men.
nice.
The Magneto stripes.
Magneto stripes.
A lot of that, you know, you eat better when you're in your 20s, and then as you have kids and they have requirements, you kind of step back from away from what's best for you and focus on what's best for them. And that isn't necessarily good for your health.
Samo has Magneto stripes. Right.
Nice.
Speaking of health, I just picked up some stuff. It's in the other room, I think. No, here it is. I saw, and I've forgotten about this. Um, this is the more generic of it, right? Not a plug, but a sponsor would be welcome. Smarter Greens. I'll get this
Okay.
full screen. This is supposed to be for. Let me read it.
Well, gut health, I would suppose.
Improve digestion, gut health, nitric oxide, promote total wellness. Ingredients in oh my gosh. Okay.
It'll be good for
Uh
your breath too.
hopefully it'll be good for my eyes because I can barely read this crap. It's tiny. Okay, you can look it up. Link will be in the description. Yeah, in the
Look it up
description.
yourself. I can't see the damn thing.
Link will be in the description.
That's the end of it. Leave me alone.
I think I know the next herbs I need to get into are things for eyes. Okay, Woo. This is I guess one to be put out 2 to 3 times a week as needed because you don't want to wash away your natural, you know, skin health and immune system, and it's all affected, right? And okay, if you really must know, right, 2 to 3 times a
Consult
week
with your
as
physician.
needed. What's that?
I think that's
If
a
you really must know, consult with your physician. Because if you
Right.
have a skin condition, you might need more. If you don't have a skin condition, you might need less.
exactly.
Maybe you're young and you're like running every day. You might
You
need a
stink to high
shower every
heaven, you
day.
might need it.
Maybe
You know,
you're a little bit older and your body is not functioning as well. You might need more showers.
As
It
far as
just
showers go, you know, it's like
honestly, and I'll say this about it because um, as you get into your older age, we'll say 70 plus,
Mhm.
uh, you begin to smell like an old person.
that is a hormonal change,
That's
Mm.
hormonal. You can't wash that off. You
right?
can keep it down though, and um, believe it or not, deodorizing and fragrance and all that stuff does not help.
Mm.
Showering twice a week instead of every day actually helps it. And using a soap that is not a deodorant soap, one that's really, really mild, particularly in the nether regions, because
Woo,
you dry out so bad.
right?
How
Woo.
old is Wu?
I'm not sure, but I would like to know, did you write a white paper on this? I would be very interested to see your findings of this experiment. And
I
if
actually
not,
had to research the damn thing.
okay, well, Woo, if you did a social experiment, did you write it up? If not, I suggest you use your mental notes and get with Copilot to write that report because it would be interesting to read. Four
Hmm.
showers in a year.
Yeah.
I would say
Now,
4 showers in a year is way too few.
right, but I would like to see what practical experience has revealed, right?
Mm.
Okay. And he says, I'm
Yep.
40 and I did a journal, something helped me. Desiree? Desiree?
That's his wife.
Well,
No.
I don't think so. I did a journal, Desiree. Who? Oh, Desiree. A
Yeah,
person, Desiree.
yeah, his
I didn't see
wife.
that. Journal Desiree. I saw journal Desiree as one term. I did a journal, comma, Desiree helped me.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, I would like to see that. I was 39 when I started it. Okay.
No.
Well,
Now
Wow.
40 is a good middle age for beginning to start seeing changes in your body overall. You
Hmm.
yeah,
know,
40 is when
women
all the
begin.
weird shit pops back in your head that you repressed. I found
Hmm.
that shit out. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's awakening time too for a
Yeah,
lot
if
of
any
people because
yeah, if
kids
Let's
aren't
go
anybody
good.
buy a Buick.
if anybody in the chat is less than 40, it's going to be a reality hit, okay?
Yeah.
But it's
I
Yeah.
nothing
wanna.
you can't live with.
Oh, it just I think a lot of it we don't really talk much about as a society because
Mhm.
there's things you don't talk about. I like to see less of that and more talk.
Right.
But
Well,
you know,
society is going that way. Have you seen?
yeah,
I've
it
seen it.
is. I have seen the menopause and perimenopause. That doesn't just happen to women, guys. It happens to the fellas too.
Mm.
There's different presentations of it.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like screaming Mimi's one day and perfectly fine the next. I found menopause to be easy as heck, but the next gal doesn't.
Right. Well,
And
that's
yeah,
like personal physiology going
it
on.
is. And
But
everybody's different.
we all start looking at the world differently because we don't have as much energy. We don't get out there as much. We don't affect the muggle reality as much. And we tend to start to look inward.
Uh-huh.
And that's when a lot of people do what we call shadow work. But
Right.
we do it a lot sooner than that, right? And it still hits us at 40, but
Well,
we
shadow work starts somewhere around 35. We realize there is shadow work, and we say, "Oh no, I'm busy."
all right, well
You know.
that's before most people have it whammoed to them,
Yeah.
right? We voluntarily go there. Um
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it was called when I was doing I didn't hear the term shadow work until recently. I
Yeah.
had been doing that for a long time, just some self-reflection, but it's like honest self-reflection with your ego. And you know what? It may being 40 and having all that drop that presupposition go away, it actually makes it easier. So
Uh-huh.
maybe that's built into life for people, in the human code of things. Maybe that's built into the human code where realization starts to hit, but you're more prepared for it with all the experience that you've had. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, in Wicca, to be specific, there is the maiden mother and the crone, and the youth, the father and the sage, and those are different times of life where suddenly you look at things and say, "Wait a minute, is that all there is?" And of course, no, of course, that's not all there is. There's things you want to do in your life. But we're conditioned by society, by culture, to create a home, get married, have children, do that whole thing. And if it's done too soon, you miss that whole pause right ahead of it. It says, is this really what I want to do? Yeah, but most people, yeah, it is what they really want to do. But there's a sideline of folks who say, no, I really don't want that for myself, and would rather spend their time doing the things that they love most, whether it's writing or say they're a politician, or maybe they're in school for doctoring or engineering, and having a family and children would interrupt that. So,
No.
these periods of time sometimes get interrupted. And when they really hit is at 40.
Yeah. You know, you brought up a topic. Um, uh, you brought up a topic. Well, not a topic, but you brought up some memories for me. Some thought, not memories, but interpretations of of events.
Hmm.
Have y'all ever noticed that sometimes you don't really seem to be in control, but things happen and you're involved, but you are excluded from them? Because here's why I say it like that. I have two boys, right?
Mhm.
I was
Hmm.
excluded from both of their lives, right? And it was, I'm not going to go into it. I didn't run out on anybody, just so everybody knows. I didn't run out on anybody. I was dismissed both times. Okay. And I'm not going to get into the details of it. It's not important. But it seems like I was not, I stepped up and I said, hey, we can deal with this. They said, no, go away. Basically. But I stepped up and I said, let's deal with this. And that's kind of what happened, right? I went through my personal little hell over these things, okay? And that was part of my shadow work or turning 40 or whatever. Okay. That happened when the first time I was 22. And let me tell you, 22-year-olds are usually not ready for that ton of bricks to be uh, dropped on them, right? But
Right.
I was. I wasn't, but I dealt with it. And it seemed, I felt like there was something helping me along. Either it was me from my higher self, spirit guides, I don't know. I'm grateful for it though. And things happened the way they're supposed to happen. There's my leap of faith. I don't know what happened, but I know it was for the better of them and everyone involved. Not necessarily me, but for them. And I there it is. That's that story. That's without all the grisly little details, because there are grisly details. I'm That's
No
not
doubt.
for the quantum show, right? Maybe it is though. Maybe one of these days.
To a point, maybe. You know, you had that pain. You're not excited about revisiting it, but then that's okay. I'm glad you're not.
Yeah, I
But
had to face it though. At
yeah,
the moment, I faced it and I didn't shy away from it.
yeah.
I didn't run. I didn't let it wreck my mind, wreck my psyche. And okay,
Sometimes
oh wow.
extenuating circumstances, though, have a tendency to get in the way and shut you down and send you a different direction.
Yep.
And you'll look at this at your second visitation of this when it'll happen around 65 to 70. And you'll look at that and say, gee whiz, that was exactly the right thing to happen at that time.
Yeah.
I regret it. It hurts me, but it's the right thing.
Right.
You know,
Aussie, we're at the halfway mark. Aussie reminded me, like a boss, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum. And coming in right at half point is Raven.
There
What's
she
up,
is.
Raven?
Hi, Raven.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm
Pretty
doing pretty
good.
well.
Good, good.
How about you?
It's. I heard Nathan say something to the effect of, ever you have those times in your life where you feel like you're not in control and things are happening.
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had a snake in the garage.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, boy.
I officially am now. This is no longer a residence. It is officially a zoo.
Mhm.
It's officially a what?
A zoo. A zoo. Z-O-O.
You're the keeper, huh? Or
Yeah.
you'd like to think so anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been without hot water for 5 days. My hot water heater is acting up, and so I keep going down there and hitting the reset button and watching videos on YouTube on what all to do to fix it and stuff. And I can't find my voltmeter, which is the next step. And anyway, so I didn't want to. I'm unnerved at the thought of having this snake in the garage. And
Hold
I
on. What kind of snake is it?
don't know. I looked up snakes in Illinois, and it is a real light tan, and there's no pattern, and he's real thin.
Do you have a picture?
No, I could not get a picture of him.
Would you recognize it if you saw it?
Oh yeah,
on a picture?
definitely. I touched it. It was curled up in my dustpan, and I had like one of those drywall spatulas that's real wide, laying across the top of that. That's what I was scooping up. Anyway, so I reached down to pull that thing off, and I partially grabbed him in my fingers when I went to grab that handle.
So is he solid color or is he
Yeah,
like
solid.
spotted?
Solid light tan, and there's no pattern on him at all. Real thin. I don't know if he was a baby.
Beige?
And real thin head.
Beige? You said beige? Brown?
A real light tan, like a blonde color, dirty blonde.
it's not shaking and rattling and rolling, is it?
No, it didn't rattle.
Okay, that's good.
So
That's
I looked up the poisonous snakes in Illinois, and it didn't match any of those. So I was like, okay, well that's good, but still I don't know what it is. And
Raven?
yeah,
Is that it?
yes, that's it.
That's it?
Yes, what is
That's
that?
cute.
What is that?
Okay. Let me get over to, let me just go back
That's
there.
exactly it. Yeah.
Okay.
What is it?
Harmless ground snakes, quite common. And it says Texas, but
Really?
that is
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Sorry, y'all. It is the internet. What is this one? Ground snake,
Garter
Sonora,
snake, wolf snake.
something like that. What is this? Ground snake.
Ground snake.
Habitat has been observed in habitats.
I don't think
Bird.
it's poisonous.
No, not poison.
You might not like it if it bites you, but I'm sure you wouldn't. But
Okay, let's see here.
you can, if it'll gather itself back in that same spot, you pick it up by the handle and just toss it out.
I have no idea how he got in.
He slithered.
Yeah.
That's an easy
that's
one. That's an
That's
easy
the
one.
technical term for it.
Yeah.
We don't mean to make fun of you, Raven.
No,
It's just
No, it's
you
okay.
come up with some of the most fun stuff.
So here's the question:
It's never a dull moment. I swear to God. And when it rains, it pours, and things comes in threes. And so when I discovered the hot water heater, I'm cleaning up the mess around that area, and my shop vac dies. Now I use my shop vac every day. I have that in place of a vacuum. I can't live without a shop vac because it's also my exterminator to suck up spiders and everything else. I couldn't believe it. It's less than a year old, and it just died on me. And then this was Wednesday that I had to come upstairs and do my show. And while I did my show, the line burst in my hose in the garage and flooded my garage.
Oi.
Shit.
I'm like,
One
come
damn
on.
thing is something else.
You may want to do like some cleansing and some salt and
Yeah.
Something. I
Yeah,
mean,
ward
it's
that place, man.
crazy.
It's just absolutely it's insane. I wouldn't believe it if I wasn't living it. Seriously, I couldn't. I can't.
So how are you going to get it out?
The chat room
I
is
have a-
singing along right now with "I don't like spiders or snakes."
The
But
snakes.
that's
Yeah.
what
That
it
ain't what
takes to love me.
Yeah, I love that song. I remember that.
I do.
Do you have like a neighbor or somebody, or are you going to like do it yourself? Or
I got a box, a heavy box thing, and I just put that over the top of him then to keep him contained.
okay,
And then I'll like slide maybe a thin piece of cardboard underneath that box.
Yeah.
And then just take the whole thing and get it outside. That's my
Okay, well,
plan.
he's not dangerous.
It's reasonable.
he's not dangerous.
That's
But he
good.
slithers, and that would give me the creeps too.
Yeah, it's understandable, especially if you're not used to it. But
Maybe
it's great that you're going to do it yourself. I mean,
Yeah. Oh, I'll have to.
yeah, okay, so
but
this
Well, we still live in El Paso.
some people aren't capable of doing it themselves, for various reasons. I used to help a neighbor out, with removing critters. I live in a state where we get a lot of critters, and that was the reason I was wandering along that line.
same.
We have rattlesnakes here, so you gotta watch for those guys because they'll curl up on a rock and just pretend to be a rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
We have
I don't mean to be crass with you, honey. Don't take it personal.
Oh,
but
I'm
it's
not.
you.
It's fine.
Because Storm would have burned the house down by now, trying to get to any spider or any snake. Okay, and I keep telling him, the flamethrower is not a tool for the house.
That's on my Christmas list. Yes.
Oh shit.
Damn straight it is. Oh my God. It's just It's
I
nutty.
can appreciate how you feel. My neighbor, when we lived in El Paso, had a beautiful big python. Gorgeous big thing. He says, "Here, you could pet her." And he put it around my neck, and I was like, fit to faint. But, I'm a game girl. I pet it, and like, I pet it now. You may take it off me.
Yeah.
And he did, and I'm like, just wobble kneed because I'm scared. I don't like snakes.
I'm not a big fan, but I dislike spiders more. Spiders absolutely freak me out.
Well,
and after a while of being down there, there's just tons of them everywhere, and they're black. I don't think they're black widows. I don't see the red belly on them, but they're just creepy and icky, and I hate them. And we have brown recluses around here, and I've killed a couple of those. But
those are real big around here too.
I get like, anything just touches me or barely, a cat just kind of flips his tail. I'm so jumpy from doing that. I have to stop sometimes and just go take a break or go run errands or do something because arachnophobia or whatever. I don't know. It just gets me creeped out. And it's like the more I
No, they're not.
think about them, the more I find of them. And I'm wondering if I'm
Well, you're
somehow
probably
working
attracting the
the
darn things.
the law of attraction in reverse in a way I don't want to use the law of attraction. That's what I'm like,
But that's just it. You're vibrating at that level. You got to get a little higher.
yeah.
Vibrate on the level of, like a dating an exterminator. You know?
Where do I go to meet young single exterminators?
Go to exterminator school. That seems to me to be the most logical response.
And I need an electrician. I need an electrician. I need an exterminator.
Which one do you need worse? Maybe you can get an electrician who has a real hatred towards snakes and raccoons.
The snakes don't really bother me. I mean, now that I know he's not poisonous, I couldn't find him under the Illinois, but I didn't have a whole lot of time to look either. But
Perhaps he didn't
and
want to be found.
And I was like, just calm down. After chasing him around, I didn't want to just leave him and not know where he was. While I had my eye on the ball, I wanted to keep track of him,
Oh, charming.
So I finally got him in a way that I could put that box over the top of him. But I was just talking to him like, I promise you, I am not going to hurt you. Just calm down. And I threw the box over there. I will be back. I'll be back, and I'm not going to hurt you, And I won't. He's hopefully understood on some energetic level what I was trying to tell him. I hope.
Box cool, pavement cool.
That crazy woman's got a shovel. I am hiding.
Yeah.
That's how I'd see. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Brought one in 2 years ago and dropped it right here in the middle of the kitchen, and they had bitten around right behind its head, on its like neck, and there's a toy that they have that looks very similar to this snake, and so when I walk in the kitchen, I think it's their toy. I bend down to grab the thing to throw it in their toy box, and it's a live snake. Oh my God.
Oh.
I am completely unhinged. Yeah.
That happened to me once with one of the lizard tails from a lizard they brought in. The cats. I reached down and I just thought it was one of their toys that they'd torn apart, and it was like a lizard tail and tried to wiggle off.
Do you get those little we used to get them in Florida, gecko like things, and their tails fall off when you go to grab them?
Yes, yeah, they're kind of blue, bluish colored,
and their tails move even though they become detached from the rest of the
for a long time too. I didn't realize how long that they could remain moving separate from the body.
An hour.
Yeah.
And the cat loved it. It's
the cat. The cat loved it. I thought it.
And it just moves and flips around on its own by itself.
The cats love it, and I thought it was a cat toy that had just gotten fallen apart, and I was like, "Woo!"
Yeah.
Little
You're
purple.
afraid of chicks? As in women or in poultry? Samo.
Crazy
Hi,
chicks,
Samo.
he says.
Crazy chicks. That must be human.
Yeah.
Be afraid. They're weird. I'm telling you. No, I'm not a fan either. We taught Monty. That's our little white dog, and he's such a sweetheart. But we taught Monty to, in order to tell us he needs to go outside, he has to bring his hall pass. And the hall pass is, a little toy or something, but he has to bring it to us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, bad idea. He came in and he had something in his mouth. Oh, a scorpion. And it hadn't bit him or nothing. And then that took it off him. And Storm wasn't home. Nobody was home but me. And I looked at him and said, "Why did you choose to do this with it just being me at home?" And
Yeah.
took the thing, got it back outside because I take animals outside because I really don't want to kill anything. And, and he looked at me like, "Huh, well, I'll be darned. I bring you something, and well, you know what it is when they bring you some stuff. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
cat or dog for bad hunter. Human, you're a bad hunter.
Yeah.
You know,
You want to make sure you survive the winter.
yeah,
They're
really.
little love gifts, There's
Yeah.
just love gifts.
I can be loved with chocolate. Thank you. And and no, I don't mean the little love bombs outside that they leave. You know.
I had a cat bring me a pigeon that was half alive, and the pigeon was as big as he was. We were in Arizona, and we had this water feature in the back, and the pigeons would come there in the afternoons and cool off and splash around. Well, somehow he got one of them. The thing was as big as him, and he carried it all the way up the stairs, and they came in and dropped it at my feet, and it was still alive, barely. And I'm screaming. Just to go with it. And I'm like,
Poor
Ready?
baby.
Come here. So I made my husband deal with it.
You put all the guilt on him, huh?
And I didn't
Serves him
know
right.
this about the animals, that was I just thought the cat was just, why it was my cat. So I don't. Anyway, I'm sure his feelings were hurt because of my reaction, which was less than positive.
More likely he was amused.
Probably.
Oh, you want to see her? You want to see her just absolutely climb the ceiling? This is going to be great.
Oh, I did too.
Look here, Mama.
This poor thing. Oh my God. Yeah.
Well, hey y'all, I never got. Now that we're all here, Raven, you came in at the halfway point. Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry.
That's just that.
No, I'm sorry.
The quantum has it that you are here when you're supposed to be here.
Yeah.
What did y'all think of the first hour?
It's
In
really
here?
entertaining.
No, my first hour, the solo.
Oh,
How was the solo?
gee. No, it was good.
Sorry.
It was
I know
good.
it's a hard gear
Trash.
shift. Huh?
No, it's just giving you shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
My job, you know.
Well, what review me? How did I do? I mean, it was an unscripted show, and I didn't have a co-pilot helping me. I'm gonna have to go back and report this.
No, you did all right. It was a Muggle show, you know.
Yeah, Muggle
Brought up
World.
some really good points, and none of which come to mind right off the bat. I'm sorry about that, but as far as it going and flowing well, it was well received. My God, you had 21 people in chat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was
It was the
engaging?
mushrooms.
Yeah,
I think
I-
the
Yeah, we
mushrooms
talked
pulled
about
people in.
mushrooms and stuff.
right. Well, was it engaging?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it? Did you find yourself going? Do I want to watch some shorts somewhere? Or, I find myself doing that with other shows that aren't that interesting, that are of the paranormal.
No, you're very interesting. You never know where you're gonna go next. I mean,
I didn't feel like I needed to go somewhere else.
no, not at all.
I
No.
think
I
that would be
also-
extreme for our community to be like, I'm going to go somewhere else. I think that's an extreme. I'm serious. I'm addressing that. I think that's an extreme that doesn't exist within our community. I don't think that anybody's going to get mad at you for expressing yourself in a positive way.
No.
Okay.
No, that-
Was
And
Was
you,
that-
You had 21 people in there the
Yeah.
whole hour. There wasn't a lot of
I
coming
like
and going. It was there. And I
That was-
watched these things.
yeah, that was cool.
And-
I like that.
Everybody was talking about your subject matter, or different experiences they had. And there was some cross chat about it too.
Okay. Was I
so-
coherently getting my points across?
Absolutely.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wasn't too random. I was able to get back to the subject. Working with Copilot, I think has been giving me a format in my own head and the ability to focus more. But it was probably the mushroom coffee. I mean, it helped. It definitely helped.
No,
And
you gather a certain, we'll say, you say format, we'll say a routine. I handle this first, I handle the next thing next, and so on. And people that are really creative have trouble with that, you
Yeah.
know, because their mind is in a shotgun blast uh, pattern. And oh, the 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 formatting that you've been using with chat with your chat box, is that it?
robot, just say robot.
Your robot, the chat that you've had with your robot back and forth, and they've recommended these things to help you stay on track or working. You know, you follow, you can stay on task better than I can.
Yeah. Because I
I
was trying to not go ahead, Tim.
I think it's helped train you a lot. That you don't necessarily need the crutches from the Copilot anymore.
Hmm.
You know, you've got a better idea with Copilot of how you should run your show now. And when Copilot's not there or unavailable for whatever reason, it you still run the show in a coherent manner. And
Okay, because
Mhm.
that was a problem before. Because I would just jump around so much. You know,
Mhm.
a good comparison is now. I love the guy, right? I love the guy, Alien Addict, Nick. He does similar things, right? He runs a 1 to 2 hour show, and he covers old magazines, old books, old VHS tapes over UFO sightings. And lately, he's been covering uh, the German and Nazi UFO phenomenon, right? Nazi
Mhm.
flying saucers. But he has a book in front of him, and he's always getting distracted by the chat. I'm like, I do that. I
Mhm.
try not to do that. That's why I'm not being rude to all you guys in chat. I just can't stay on topic if got
Yeah.
like what you call cross chat, you know,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that's okay, Blue. It's still there, and it was a soliloquy of sorts, but there was a lot more talking about stuff with the chat room, right? I was looking at chat and
Yeah.
uh,
Well,
Scream saying, Nathan, you've got a bad case of what I needed to hear every time.
Mm.
Yeah, I need the I like the feedback because I learn from it. And this isn't
Yeah.
even mushroom coffee anymore. I'm still feeling the effects. It'll be all day or all night.
He's
But
pulling he's pulling from an old format, the after action review. I respect that. And
mhm.
yeah, I'm
um,
trying to like, you know, stay thanks Tim. I try to, you know, stay coherent. And
Well,
like I
you
said,
know,
yeah.
when a lecturer does a lecture, they have a at least a page of notes, and they
Mhm.
follow that as a format as they present their lecture. But they create a paper first. And what you've done is set up the format without the um, well, you still have your verbal and your I cues, you know, for what you want to hit during that, and that's been real helpful to you staying on topic and keeping us on topic too, by the way.
Yes.
yeah, I'm trying, you know, and yeah, we spin out all over the place.
Oh
And that's
yes.
okay during the panel. That's fine because all of it's related. It's just we have four whole different perspectives, right?
Mhm.
And four whole sets of experiences, and we all have these crazy experiences. And I'll say that because it's the quantum show.
They're
They're all
intense.
they're crazy, and
Uh-huh.
and we try to. Well, we don't really always wrap them up together in a nice package, but they're there. It's like you have the casserole that is in the nice bowl with the things in lines and
Little
you know
Garnet.
the good layers and all that, and then you've got like you know the other thing, the Mexican salad, where it's just
Mexi
it's
dip.
it's a random tortilla bowl and everything's thrown in. There might be sour cream in there somewhere, you know.
What
Almost
the hell did
certainly
I do with that
cumin.
taco, that bag of taco
Yeah,
shells?
it's in there. We know it's Mexican food. We saw Abuelita put it together, but we don't know where anything is, you know?
Yeah, we have such a wide variety of experience here, a huge variety, you know, and when if we can stay on topic, which is rare by the way, you know, but we end up pulling out an awful lot of experiences which you might not have gotten with a simple format.
Right. And I value that, okay? Don't think I don't. I value that. Um and now we're entering the realm of the psychonaut with the
What?
mushroom stuff. Psychonaut.
Psychonaut is somebody who uses um how do I put it?
They go high
He's looking it up.
Well,
Well,
I typed it up. So
are we talking about, you know, how like shrooms and stuff like
yes,
that, they get you
yes,
instead of space
Yeah.
cadet, you're now a psychonaut?
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
That don't mean to be rude to anybody or anybody's life
Ah.
experience.
Okay, here we go. Right. I will just read this out. I will share it. Let me go ahead and share it just so everybody can see it on the screen and
Okay.
kind of like what did I say, make it permanent.
Okay.
Okay, a psychonaut, I may be using the wrong term. We might need a new one. Is a person who explores the depths of their own mind and consciousness, often by using psychoactive substances,
Yes.
meditation, or sensory deprivation in order to achieve deeper spiritual or philosophical insights. Synonyms include psychedelic explorer, entheonaut, subjective researcher. Example usage
That's the
involves users
scientific term.
investigating altered states of personal growth or self experimentation with entheogens to gain insights. Okay, literally, sailor of the mind, not mind navigator. Techniques can involve both modern drug use, psychedelics, or entheogens, and traditional methods like shamanism, meditation. Goal to gain deeper insights into the human condition and explore the subconscious. Context used both in serious spiritual psychological exploration and in pop culture, such as Psychonauts video game. That's I believe it was a GameCube game. Also,
Okay.
okay, well that's that. That's the I think in I've never looked at it that way as we do this. That's shadow work. That almost describes shadow work right there, but almost. Not
It
quite.
does, doesn't it?
Yeah, but now introducing the mushroom coffees and teas and whatever, now it takes on a bit more gravity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now there's something Muggles can do this, and you don't have to have the years of experience of all the alternate realities and spiritual contact,
Sweat
UFOs.
lodging and the rest of it.
Right. You don't need what we got because oh man, when dude told me he did DMT and he described all of his experiences, he described everything almost everything we've talked about on this show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he had it done in
And
12
did it
months.
absolutely clean. Well, most of us anyway.
Right. We took what Doctor Who put it right. He said, we took the long way round.
Yeah.
He took the shortcut, and you know what? It didn't stick. He's it didn't stick because he didn't have the context. We have the context. It didn't
Yeah.
stick for him, and he's back to his Muggle self. We have the context.
I would
And
warn people with psychedelics that set and setting is very, very important.
say that again,
That
Tim.
that set and setting is very, very important. Like, like you're talking about this mushroom that makes you see little people running across surfaces.
Right.
I mean, that's what it does. It's a mushroom that's really considered edible when you cook it, and you're really miscooking it and eating it, and you see little people running across surfaces, and it's funny. Yes, it's funny, but it they're real. They interact with your reality, and it makes you question things. Yes.
Yeah. We're
Yeah,
ingesting our
I've seen them, and I was not on mushroom coffee.
Raven. Oh
Go ahead.
boy,
Sorry.
come tell us about it, please.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, it was in May, and it was a kind of a warm night. It's just a typical spring night, and it wasn't this house that I was at. It was my other apartment, and it was just this little apartment above a garage, kind of like here, actually. Anyway, I got up to go to the kitchen to get something to drink or whatever, and I was looking out the little window, and it looked over the yard, and they had this little garden in this back corner, and I could see movement. And at first I thought maybe there was a cat or a bunny or something. And so I just was curious and just went up, looked out the window, and I could see these little like people. And they were dressed like kind of like your typical gnome elf,
Pixies?
just a like a tunic with a belt and
According according to
they were like this
chatbot, they say
tall.
they have props, little
Okay.
props like
A couple of them had
glasses.
hats. There was a whole line of them, and I'm like, "Am I really?" I'm like, "Oh my god, am I really seeing what I think I'm seeing here?" And I'm like, "Okay, wait, just get a grip here." Okay. I looked away, and I just kind of did one of these, and then I went back and looked out again, and I still could see them. They were just kind of walking in a line along the fence, along this garden, and the garden, of course, wasn't in bloom or anything yet because it was early spring. So I was dumbfounded. I'm like, I think I'm seeing fairies or, gnomes or something. It's, the elemental people.
Why not?
Okay.
And I
well,
wasn't drunk. I wasn't on anything. No medications, nothing like that.
did you happen to have any mushrooms in a
No, I
what
did
that
not have
wasn't
any
cooked?
mushrooms. I can
No,
honestly
I
say
mean none at all. Like you went to
no.
Waffle House and says, "Cook me an omelet," and they didn't cook it very well because that could
That's
happen.
what that could happen very well.
Yeah, that could happen. No, it wasn't anything like that. I was just up late studying. I was in college.
Wait a minute, up late studying in college, so
Yeah.
there was caffeine
Oh,
involved.
well, yeah, I was drinking coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
Were
Okay.
you studying with someone else?
No, I was
Okay,
alone.
so you're there all
Okay.
by yourself.
So I went back
Okay.
to when I came back here 10 years ago. I went back to college, and I felt so out of place because all the classes, everybody in the class was like, I was old enough to be their mother, and I was just feeling
That is an
That
odd
was me.
feeling.
it is, and it was
That
so
was me
awkward.
when I went to school. That was how I felt too,
Yeah,
because everybody was 20 and I was not.
I didn't know how to do a PowerPoint presentation on a computer. I didn't know anything about computers. I knew how to buy and sell on eBay and compose and open an email, and that was about it, you know. And so the final exam had to be done in PowerPoint, and I didn't know how to do PowerPoint. I didn't know anybody.
So you were stressed.
So I was stressed. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay.
But
So
anyway,
you were in high gear and probably overheating on a subsurface level.
I don't recall what my emotional state was at the time, because when I saw those things and realized what I was looking at, I mean, I forgot all about whatever was going on, you know, back at my desk. I'm like, oh my god. So either I'm really seeing what I think I'm seeing, or I'm losing it. So you do one of those self mental health checks, you know.
Sorry.
you
I'll
go
take
down
care of it.
you go down a checklist, you know. Okay, I'm awake. Yes, I know I'm sober. I've got my faculties about me. I'm okay, you know. That's just a self checklist, you know. They went behind a tree, and there's a big old oak tree that was in this yard. It was huge, ancient thing. And they walked along the fence line from that garden that was tilled up and disappeared. So I'm assuming they went inside the tree,
Nice.
but I don't know for a fact. I didn't actually see them go into the tree. They just never went on past the tree. Yeah. There's always stuff getting rearranged, and this is where the thing with the keys started. My keys would always go missing, and so I started leaving my keys in the Jeep so I could find them. So this was kind of like a confirmation to me that I wasn't being absent-minded. I am absent-minded a lot of time. ADHD. I've got a funny story to tell you about that. But because fairies and elementals are known for playing little pranks on humans, and they like to hide their keys and then make things disappear. Or they'll take a piece of jewelry often and then return it to you, but they'll put it in a weird spot. And
Thank God they can't figure out how to get your car in motion.
yeah,
You know what, Raven? I had a lot of that stuff happen here, and what I did was first I embraced it. Right, I didn't try to shoo them away. No, I went to the dollar store and I bought tiny little gnomes, statues, just to mass produce, and I put them in the windows as kind of like a tip of the hat.
Yeah, let them know that they're welcome and that
there's that.
all is well.
And then I made a little offering to the forest. Right, it wasn't much. It was some fruit, but I made the offering to the forest, and I do that once a year now. I don't have an anniversary day, but I do that once a year, and I keep the gnomes up. And I'm like, help me with these bugs, would you please? And they seem to be doing that. They seem to be helping me with the bugs. And yeah, it wasn't a welcoming. It was more of an acknowledgement of you are there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't a negotiation, a welcoming, or no. There's no welcome mat here, right? It says Merry Christmas, and that's it. But there is an acknowledgement and an offering outside. I do it about once a year, and well, more than once a year because I forget when I do it, right? So I just do it again. It's easy, apples or whatever I got, plums. Sometimes it's an Eggo waffle, and with syrup on it, just something good, right? Not something you're going to throw away, but something good, like almost like a sacrifice, but not hurtful, to like not your grandmother's golden necklace, not that. They don't know. That's like that has a lot of power to it, and that is more like evocation.
Yeah.
Don't do that, right?
No.
But that's what I do, and it's about once a year, and it's the little statues are an acknowledgement of I know you're there, and what I'd like to do,
like their representations.
right. what I'd like to do to kind of freak out the church people, like as a prank, is
Meow.
go to like one of the stores that sell the surplus gnomes about this big, and just put it
Yeah.
in the edge of the woods, just
Nice.
It
in the
keeps
in the
getting
wood line.
closer. Yeah.
Put them in the wood line. So when the church people come around, they're like, "What is that all about?"
That's just
And
how
it's
I'm being strange. Don't worry about it. It
I
won't
mean,
hurt you. It won't bite.
right? Just one of those really like the 18-inch statues of a gnome. Just put it just in the wood line,
Yeah.
watching the house or watching the little trail. Just
Mhm.
My
I know
my
what it's
son.
about, and it's a joke because the church people are all freaked out about that. So we've got there's
Yeah.
a fairy ring around here that pops up sometimes.
Oh, I've got one right out here. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it never comes up consistently. It's only sometimes,
Nice.
and and I know, hey, Dad, there's something. I know the
There's
physical.
big science behind fairy rings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
I know the
there.
physical explanations for it, but it's not consistent, right? Like right now, it's
No,
been raining. I don't know if one's going to come up or not,
but
but
it does.
sometimes it will.
It does acknowledge a huge colony up underneath there.
Yeah, it's big. It is big. It's like 8 foot diameter. Okay, it's
Wow.
a big one. It is
Hmm.
not no little, little thing like this.
And
It's
that's just its little fillers, its reproductive organs coming out to play. All of that mycelium that exists down there underneath it, probably for miles feeding.
Mhm.
right.
My
Yeah.
son really hates gnomes. If they have the eyes out, there's the gnomes with their cap over their eyes, and all
Right.
you see is their nose and their mouth. He's okay with them. But those eyes, man. I oh, I brought
Fury.
one in the house.
Hmm.
I brought
What?
brought a gnome,
Are there
a
I,
gnome figure, because I liked it.
Right.
And my son said, "Get it out. Take it out now."
mhm.
And I said, "Is there a problem?" He goes, "There's a big problem. Get the fuck out of the house." You know, and I'm like, I said, "You're afraid of this thing. Get it out." I took it out of the house. And I said, we had a long talk about it because here, come to find out, he had seen a leprechaun or a
Mm,
little person. And it was real. It was quite real. And he was freaked out about it ever since. I'm like,
ah,
Hmm.
I said, there's pixies in the house. Do you worry about them? No. I said, why? He said, squash those little buggers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I do have pixies, and I get sore with them sometimes. They'll take keys and things like that. But I found an answer. I don't offer them anything. I don't give them a gift. I bought a bunch of junk jewelry. It's very nice stuff, but it's junk.
Mhm.
And they can play with it. They can take it away and bring it back. They can do whatever they want to with it. That's their stash. They can play with it. But it's not a gift. It still belongs to me.
Mhm.
And every now and again, things will start disappearing. Keys, pens, pencils, medicine sometimes, which
Oh,
is like, that's a severe no-no here.
yeah.
Don't stand in the middle of the den here and I'll say, now hear this. That comes back right now, or I'm going to commence to put you out. Man, within 12 to 24 hours, that is back where it belongs. Who
Right.
knows how it gets there because I looked there in the first
Yeah.
place.
It's really wild. So
Yeah.
the
I've
Irish,
been. Huh? Go ahead,
go ahead.
Raven. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
The Irish talk about brownies. They're like pixies. I think they're probably one and the same. Um, that they like to have shiny things,
Mhm.
or like a little shell, or even just little little bowl of sweet cream. But they'll help you around your house if you're nice to them, and if you leave little gifts out for them every once in a while, they'll stay, and they'll help protect the house, and help kind of keep it cleaned up. And I think some say they'll help physically, but I think it's more energetically would be my
Mhm.
guess as to how they do it. But to like take your if you have a hearth or a fireplace in your house with a mantle, that's a perfect place to leave little offerings and things for them.
It is very much so.
They don't like cats though, so I don't think I have them, but there's a thing called a puckwudgie that's kind of similar to that. All of these things are so very closely related. Gnomes, pixies, uh, these
Duendes.
brownies, and these puckwudgies. But these puckwudgies happen to be sort of more vindictive, and they
They're
don't
more of
really.
an East Coast sort of thing too.
Yeah, yeah. The pilgrims encountered them, and the puckwudgie term comes over from Europe. They brought that term with them. So, uh, and they will do bad things around the house. I remember a paranormal investigator team that Paranormal State used to be on. They went to a house in upstate New York and did a case there, and they had these puckwudgies. Their house had been built in their pathway to go to these berries that were at the back of their property that they liked, and they were terrorizing. They were terrorizing the animals. I think one of their animals even died, if I remember right. And they were terrorizing the kids and the mom and the dad, and just making their life a living hell. And they made peace with them, the paranormal team, and then they planted at the four corners of the north, south, east, west. They put a medal of Archangel Michael on each one of those corners, and they kind of negotiated a terms with him. I was like, okay, you can go back there and have all the berries you want, but you leave the kids and the pets and the people in the house alone, and you can walk around, and they don't mind if you want to go on the property and get your berries, And he just kind of it's like like a making peacekeeper, an intermediary.
Running amok is right out.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've heard of. Well, Sarah brought up an idea here too, where to give them a gift is a bad idea, and that's I think that's German culture that is into that, where they don't negotiate. Oh, off you go, get out.
Mm-hmm.
But I found that regardless of the problem, if you can negotiate a decent peace with not only your neighbors but the creatures that are about, you can usually live pretty harmoniously.
I've tried that, and it's nothing ever too bad happens. Usually, it potentially is really really bad. Like there's the almost fire, there's the almost, but it gets like right in the nick of time.
Mm-hmm.
Things are okay, but it's like really touch and go, and
Okay.
um,
Okay. Uh, Tim put this down there, and would you like to tell that story, Tim? I don't know if you've told it here yet, but we have a crowd.
All right. I saw a little impish figure float out of my bed about 3 feet up, and it had a little homunculus looking face, and it looked directly at me and told me to go directly to bed, and I went directly to bed. And I've often wondered what it was. I was a child at the time. I wonder if because I was attempting to stay up late at night as a child, if it was a sleep deprivation hallucination or something more to it. But I have a very, very clear memory of this figuring.
How big was it? Can you
What's
describe
that?
like?
It was it had it looked it was about the size of a floating head, a disembodied head, but it had
14
like a,
inches.
yeah, but it had like a tiny body up underneath a huge beak-like nose and face.
That's an imp.
Yeah, it was impish in
Mhm.
quality for sure. And it told me to go to bed, and I went to bed like immediately. And I never ever heard or seen anything like that ever again. But it was
How
like
old were you?
I was probably 7 or 8. It was um probably one of the things that made me start questioning reality.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think
That and
I'd
Santa
start
Claus.
questioning a lot of stuff like that. You know,
Well, that and Santa Claus. Santa Claus, the whole actually seeing Santa Claus and then Santa Claus not being real
Mhm.
later in life. You know what I mean. I'm
he's
not
based
ruining the
on.
story for you.
Yeah,
It's
no,
real to many, many people, but for
It's
me,
still real.
it transitioned into a different type of Aragorn for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
the stories surrounding Santa Claus, if you get to the older ones, are rather shocking, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they stole the old man's bones and cut him up and put him in 2 places in Italy, and
And the kids in jars.
Yeah, that's the Krampus beast.
Oh yeah.
You know, we've homogenized him down to a sweet old bird that hands out toys, but that's not how he originated at all.
Mm-mm. No, not at
You
all.
know, I kept the Santa thing very short and sweet with my kid. Didn't like the origins of the story at all. But a lot of our old cultures and our old traditions, that's more what I was trying to say. They have these creatures that say to their kids, you better be good or you're gonna go and cramp a sack.
yeah,
It's like, holy shit, I don't want anything to do with that mess. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Raven. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Are imps good or bad, or can they be either or?
They're not good.
They're not
They're
good.
a very bad thing. You know,
but then
they're looking for a way in. Now, him being so young, he was still protected by his angels and his guides. You know, they probably told him to take off,
Mm-hmm.
but you know,
willpower
they're
for it.
not allowed to
Brick
bother
wall.
people. You know,
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
particularly kids are not allowed to mess with.
Yeah, I would.
Occasionally, one gets her hair up and decides to go for it, but as far as the children enjoy a certain protection from some of those kinds of things until they're nearly into their teens, prepubescent, and some of that. You know, so they've got a real mind for adult things and can make good choices. They generally don't bother them.
No. Hey, not to break this,
Well,
break the rhythm, but Dorothy, hi all. I just got back from the ER. Talk about professional muggles. Too upset at being hit up for cash when I'm in the ER and not providing me with a voucher to take a cab home. She lives in Canada. Really fries my hide. Yeah, well, hopefully you
Yes.
got what you needed. Everything is fine now. You're home now. Um,
yeah,
I hope everything worked out. And well, you've got the quantum link, so you're manifesting your way through all of this anyway. And hopefully you got everything is working out now. So, she had to go to the ER, and just so everybody knows, Dorothy had to go to the ER. Her story is her own. So unless
That's
she puts
fine.
it in the chat now, I'm not going to say any details, right?
No, we're sending
But
you lots of energy, Dorothy.
yeah,
I hope
Yeah.
that everything turns out exactly the way it's supposed to for you, honey.
okay. She's talking. Yeah, okay. It's in the chat. Live viewers get to read it. I don't know if my chat's being replayed or not, but
It is on YouTube.
okay. Um, but things will work themselves out. They really
They
will.
always do.
You know, and yeah, that's why she's here. Good energy. Yeah, well, we're talking about the fairy realms, right? And I during through all of this, right? I'm thinking maybe I should set up some of them fairy village houses that you can buy.
Yes,
They're like doll
yes.
houses, but
Mhm.
They
they're
like
like
them.
They're
They
just
like
really
them.
small. They're about like this.
right. They're
Just little things.
they're like things for fish tanks and stuff, but they really like. So I'm thinking maybe they need, I don't know, a robot dog, or maybe an AT-AT to live in. That would be cool. Or a starship. These are all tank toys that you can buy.
Why does a pixie need a starship?
What? How dare you ask?
I could not let that go. Yeah.
You quoting you.
Oh
I
my god.
never thought we would
Not my first
that.
or last encounter with the Fae.
Yeah, why not? I mean, a little fairy village, so that they are acknowledged, and they're
Yeah.
more inclined to work with you than against you.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm thinking, yeah, but it's time to do that. So maybe I should do that. Through all talking about this stuff, we're talking about now. I don't make deals with anyone, right? It's me. If anybody, the trees. That's who I make deals with, and they're pretty easy to negotiate with, right?
They're
That's
going to be
neat
here
because
long after you're gone.
that's neat. My fairy village lives right underneath one of the trees here, so
Hmm.
it's like it's appropriate, Nathan. You should like put your village under a designated tree and let them like house it if they want it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't charge
And
them rent or anything, because I don't know how the Fae would react to that.
I don't know either. I don't. I'd say, you know what? This looks pretty. Maybe it'll freak the church people out a little bit more. There you
Nice.
go.
Yes.
Yes.
There
Yes,
you
it's
go.
beautiful.
These are little.
Put it back up.
Yeah.
Put it back up.
Sorry. It's
Okay.
just it's a little house with a little amethyst tree next to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep that next to my goddess image with a pyrite stone. There we go.
Hmm.
It says,
Yeah.
and on it says, "Blessed be."
Nice.
I thought that's what it was. A little goddess figure,
Mm-hmm.
a little world in her lap.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have a face, so don't get freaked if you don't see a face. Maybe get freaked if you do. But I keep that on my desk here at the computer, and it doesn't interfere with anything. It's quartz. It's a quartz globe on her lap, and I use it more or less for focus. But little things like that, fairies love them.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go. It's easy. It's just too easy to do. I mean,
Very.
if I can't buy something, I'll make something. I've got lots of popsicle sticks.
Sure.
And hey, here's my
Matchsticks work for something like
bottle
that.
of glue right here. There we go. And even I get
Even
the
toys. Even toys.
yeah,
Little-
an AT-AT. I mean, come on, give them an AT-AT.
There's a really cool.
I don't think it. Oh, big pardon.
Go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
Well, with the little choice things, when my son was little, I've always had an altar similar to this, something that I could drop in a pocket if I had to get and go,
Mm-hmm.
And my son would like to play. I had a little duck on a pond, little bears, things like that, and they were always in different configurations, even when I knew he had been in bed. So they've been around playing for a long time.
Do we have a David here?
Yes, we do.
Did I miss
How
something?
old are the people in chat?
Oh,
Well,
I'm not telling you nothing.
No. The average for the YouTube algorithm thing is something like 40 to 55.
that's about what I get.
Yeah, it's about 40 to 55.
I'm a little older than that.
Well, in chat,
Yeah.
ask the chat room participants, the viewers of the show, average. I mean, there's some up and some down from that, but yeah. Okay.
I would say they average anywhere from 30 to 60 in here.
Yeah.
That seems to be their life view.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well,
No
actually,
chillins.
no, kids don't like this. We're not TikTok enough. But
Right.
We're not
Dorothy
TikTok
says-
enough.
yeah, we're not TikTok enough.
We're not.
And Thor is saying, I can buy talking about consciousness, but I have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm sorry. It's the fairy realms, it's
Yeah.
there's a lot of experience that you have to have before you really get the context. We should have spelled it out. We may do that another time.
Yeah,
we
we're
may-
just talking about pixies, fairies, brownies, gnomes, little people,
Yeah, and
Elemental.
little magics.
They call them
It all-
elementals, and they're
Yeah,
just outside our visual range.
Yeah, it
They're-
started with Muggle World 5, professional muggles, and it went to mushroom coffee and psychotic effects using store-bought mushrooms that you get at Kroger, of all places.
Right.
And then we go to here. The whole fairy realms, villages, talking to trees, and hey, yeah, that's
Trees.
It-
Now,
so-
tree hugging, I know it sounds crazy and very woo, but it actually has a basis in science. And
Yeah,
it
there
made
is,
to
there is.
reset your whole entire central nervous system. And it calms down, was that the vagus nerve? If I got
Vegas,
that right.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, hugging a tree, or just, you don't have to hug a tree. If you got neighbors and you don't want to be, just lean up against it or sit
Yeah.
at the base of it with your back and just absorb that. Let the tree ground you. If you are having a really bad day, I did a lot of tree hugging here the last couple of days, and I don't care who sees me do it. I don't care.
I stopped
And
caring
then-
a long time ago.
It
not
will
scream.
ground you.
Yeah, not those screens.
Say what?
Rancid canned Kroger mushrooms are hallucinogenic too. I'm sure they are. Not going to try.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
okay,
you'd
well,
probably get
Thor-
killed too.
We are wrapping it up. This is the 2-hour mark. I got to keep a
We
format.
are.
Y'all. I got to keep a format. It's not that I don't love y'all, but got to keep the format because it's a self-discipline thing. My computer told me to do it. My robot told me to do it. Okay. Well, everybody, this has been the quantum panel. We talked about a whole bunch of stuff, and we ended up fairies and mushrooms. and toys. And why does a gnome need a starship? Who knew? Who knew? Thanks, everybody.
It's
I'm gonna go ahead and
Well,
start
happy
wrapping
St.
it up.
Patty's Day coming up on Tuesday.
Oh,
All
that's
you
Yes.
right.
leprechauns
Happy
out
St.
there.
Patty. You're not Irish. Just drink the beer and bugger off.
Yeah.
Dip
To
your
all
way
of our
to-
moderators, thank you so much for your help and your love. We wouldn't be able to put this on with peace of mind without you.
good night, everybody.
Thanks,
Good night.
everybody. Good night.
Good night, chat.
Keeping it quantum. Gonna push those buttons. Push those buttons. There we go, Diane. Thank you, Diane. You're ending the show for us, everybody. Pushing buttons. Pushing.